I guess first off, let me just say thanks for doing this together. And it's special, right? It's not something we see very often. But I was curious from your point of view. I mean, is this like unique, or is this just life? Like you're so used to it. Like this isn't special that you got a married couple on a UFC card.
To me, this is our job. This is our livelihood. We literally train together. We eat, sleep, do everything together. So to come up here and interview together, I like it. I mean, let's just kill two birds with one stone and get out of here.
Plus, we speak a lot of more funny stuff together when we we get each other the energy going. We talk a lot of smack.
Yeah, he talks a lot of smack to me too.
That's awesome. So as far as being on the card together, right? I mean, I guess there's an argument, as you said, is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? I mean, I would think training would be great, right? Because you're all peaking and dieting and all that at the same time. But there's the whole like emotional support thing and that. So as far as being on the same card when this happened, did y'all lobby for this, or did you kind of fear it, or what did you think?
We actually spoke to Coach Safe about it and said that we wanted to actually do it together. When we started, we actually said, "Oh, I'm gonna be in the UFC before you. You're gonna be in there before me." So it was kind of like a race thing, and I mean, God blessed us and put us out there on the same time.
When we got the call, it was literally like 2 days before Christmas, and I was injured after my fight, and I was healing, and I was just like praying and praying. I was like, just one of us get the call, like we want to do it together, but we weren't hearing anything. And I swear it was 2 days before Christmas. Our coach called us and he was like, I got you a fight and I got JP a fight. And I was like, no way, who's first? And then he was like, you two are together. And he was like, are you sure you guys want to do this? And he's like trying to baby us. He's like, are you sure we don't have to do it? And then over here, we're screaming. We're like, F yeah. We're like, let's do it. We're like, that's what we want to do. I mean, we're training partners. We're best friends. And to come out here and make a statement together, it doesn't get better than that.
We also kind of like, if she has a fight and I don't have a fight, we still diet together in the house. So I'm the person that's got to sit in the sauna with her if she's got a fight. So why not just do it together?
Yeah.
Also, that's 2 paychecks one night. So
that's good for the family. Yeah. So I got to wonder, is there any kind of good-natured joking between each other? I mean, you're on the main card, you're on the prelims, right? So have you guys talked about that at all? Like, hey, I'm the big main card fighter in the family.
No, actually we didn't. We actually weren't going to be in each other's corner for the fight because we thought we were going to both be on the prelims. I was going to be like early. She's going to be a little bit later than me. I mean, she's the more good-looking fighter out of us, so I thought she would fight higher anyway. But, yeah, so when we found out that she's a main card fighter, we're like, well, we would like to be there for one another and be in each other's corner and actually speak and be there for one another. So it actually worked out better by her being the main card fighter.
You guys are going to corner each other?
Yeah, so when we got the call got the call, but when we saw that they updated the fight card and they posted it last weekend after the fights, and we saw that I was in the main card and he was the second fight, we were just like, who do we need to call to make sure that we're both in each other's corner? I mean, I'm not missing that, and I don't want him to miss that. Like, that's a huge moment. I was actually sad and crying the fact that we decided to be professionals and not be in each other's corner. It was a bunch of bullshit. I was like, no, man. I was like, no, I want to be there. But, of course, we have our coaches. Our coach, actually, our jiu-jitsu coach that was going to be here with us, fell through with COVID. And it was just God's plan for us. Like, I'm going to make that walk with him, and I'm going to be by his side.
So is it just you in each other's corner? Or do y'all have other coaches?
No, we got our coach, and we brought my dad. We brought my dad too.
Yeah, so we're going to be in each other's corner, and then we're both going to have dad in the corner and the general. As long as we have the general, we'll be focused. But then at the same time, we were like, if she doesn't corner me, then she's not in my victory photo. Yeah. But I'm in her victory photo? That's not fair.
That's funny.
Right.
So obviously, no disrespect to what you'll be going through, JP, but it seems like a tougher assignment for you, right? Because you've got to manage your emotions and the adrenaline and all those things. So what do you think the key is to that, right? I mean, there's nothing more, I think, intense than fighting than having your loved one in there fighting, right? So how do you manage that roller coaster of emotions you're going to have before your own fight?
I mean, I don't give a shit. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to fight anyways. So for me, it's just composing myself, which whenever he fights, I'm more nervous for him whenever I fight. So I already know, like, we just got to go in there and do our job. I mean, I'm actually excited because I get to make the walk before I make the walk for myself. So I'm actually using this as motivation for myself. Like, okay, I'm going to get the walkout jitters for him because I'm going to be a little nervous wreck for him anyways. So for me, it plays out in my favor, actually. Instead of thinking everything in a negative situation, I'm thinking of everything as a positive situation. And just being right there for him. I mean, I'm so excited I get to sit there and watch him and not be in the back room with my headphones on and being all like fight mode. Like, I'm going to be fight mode anyways. I've been fight mode my whole life. So to come out here, like, March 20th is going to be a night for our family to remember.
That's awesome. I guess in some ways you'd probably be maybe even just as nervous or not more nervous if you were like confined to a hotel room watching it on Fight Pass or ESPN.
I would have been more nervous if I was stuck in the back. Like, I wouldn't even have watched his fight in the back because I would have just been so heartbroken that I wasn't there for him for his UFC debut fight. Like, it was actually a really big deal for me that I wasn't there, but at the end of the day, we are professionals, and I was like, okay, we have to have our coaches, so. And my dad's here, so we could have kicked my dad out, but without my dad, like, a lot of things weren't possible for us to get here and immigrate here to the States. And my dad's been my number one fan since I was 5 years old when I told him I wanted to be the female Karate Kid. So because of my dad, a lot of things are possible. And there was no way with no fans, I was not letting my dad miss this. So my dad's going to be there. We got our general, and my husband will be alongside with me.
That's awesome. So it's a cool story just building up to it, but now you got to fight, right? So let's talk about the matchup. JP, what do you think about Bruno? How does the matchup play out?
I think his nickname speaks for himself, man. He's a dog. He's well-rounded everywhere. I mean, film study, I haven't done a lot of film study. I watched one fight of his, and that was his last bout, and I was like, I've seen enough. Like, I can't focus on what his tools are and what he does great, but I saw he does everything good. He's good everywhere. He can wrestle. He's tough as hell. He can grapple. He throws all kinds of spinning things. I saw everything in his fight, and I was like, I don't need to see more. Like, if I just watch more, it might freak me out more. I'll be more stressed. But I was like, I just got to go out there and prepare. So for the last 12 weeks, instead of focusing on what he does well, I've just been focusing on improving my all-round game. Like, at the end of the day, I can watch all this film of what he did in fights, but I'm a different opponent than what they were.
Yeah, fair enough. And how about you with Montserrat? What do you think about that matchup?
I personally love the matchup, and I actually have a crazy story for this matchup. Obviously, I was supposed to fight Kay Hansen a few days ago. They got the call. She bounced out of it, so that was cool that they called me for Montserrat because for this whole fight camp, I had my friend Emily Ducote, who is actually fighting for the Invicta Strawweight title here in the next few weeks, come out for the past few months to help me prepare, but I was also helping her prepare for her fight, and her fight was against Montserrat. So the whole camp, I studied Montserrat. I pretended to be Montserrat, actually, throw stupid headlock throws for her. Like, not stupid, but, I was just trying to be her opponent and, like, do all this crazy stuff for her. And when they gave me the call, I was like, wow, like, life's crazy. Like, I know exactly what this girl's going to do, and I know exactly how to beat this girl because training with Emily Ducote was a huge step up for me with against Kay and for Montserrat. So for me, I love this matchup. I highly respect Montserrat, but she's got another killer in front of her also.
Well, last thing for me, I mean, obviously it's a big night for the family. I'm sure you'd like the 2 wins, maybe even 2 bonus checks would really change things for you. That'd be amazing. But I guess give me an idea. I mean, moving forward in your careers, I mean, is this something that you want to continue to happen, that you're fighting together as frequently as possible, or is it kind of a, we wanted to do it this first time and then we'll see how it all plays out? What's the idea moving forward?
We will do this again if they give us the call. Maybe the next time, maybe one of us fight. It's been some special times in our house, okay? The mood swings, it's all fun and games now that we're here and we're laughing about everything. It's been stressful. Maybe if they called us like short notice to both fight, that would be way nice too. But man, it's been life-changing for us, this fight camp, like to step up in competition and to do this together. I mean, this is not our first time fighting on the same night. We've made history for LFA as the first married couple to both fight and win also. So for us, it's about coming here and making a legacy and representing our family name. We're not here for a long time, but a good time. So that's all I got to say.
From my side, I wouldn't mind fighting on the same card as her because I get to punch her a little bit more in camp, So training together, I can take out a little bit more of the frustration. If she fights, I got to be the punching bag. if I fight, then she's not really the punching bag. I gotta punch my teammates. But yeah, I would like to fight more often on the same card as her so I can punch her a little bit.
Do you think, obviously this one you said has been a life-changing experience for you, and you're enjoying it now specifically, but do you think in the future it might be better if you fight on separate cards just to focus on yourselves as individuals? Like, you can help her, you can help him, just individually?
No, because regardless, we're each other's main training partner. We have a home gym. We have our home gym, Fortis MMA, and then we have our jiu-jitsu school. And at every single one of our gyms, we train together. We're main partners. We really bring out the best in each other. So to come out here and have a whole fight camp like this, it's nothing new for us, whether we fight on separate cards. Only reason why I said before maybe him getting on a separate card is because, you know, I want him to have a bunch of fame for himself. Like, you know, we've had to be really selfish this fight camp. You know, I had to focus on myself and he had to focus on himself. Like, me being a wife, I wasn't able to do a lot of wife duties. And that's something that kind of hurt my pride for him. Like, I'm not able to make him fresh meals for right after training. Like, I had to make my own stuff. I had to do my own thing. And, you know, watching him have to be like do his own thing in the house and make his own food and
Washing the dishes.
yeah, like it's tough on his end also. Like, I am a wife and I do pride myself in being a wife and everything that comes with being a wife. So that's why I said maybe doing it separate once or twice. But honestly, at the end of the day, no matter what argument, when we got here, we just told each other, like, we're so grateful for the camp. Like, it really built us strong in many ways. Like, you know, I watched him for the past 12, 13 weeks be independent on his own instead of relying on me for certain things. And but yeah, I'm excited to go back home and just make him a home-cooked meal and enjoy a week off with him and then get back to work.
I mean, sometimes we're going to have to fight on different cards depending on where we are in our life. Maybe injuries happen, things happen where we can't fight together. But as long as God blesses us and we stay healthy and injury-free and we can make the walk together, I mean, I'd like to build that story. There's no story like that in the UFC, and that story would be something special for us, for our family name. And as long as we can keep going doing that, it will be like, it will be worth it. I mean, it's never easy. Your camp's always a miserable thing. Like, all you want to do is just train. You need to train more. Like, the dogs come near me. I say, get away from me. Like, so even if we're not fighting together, I'm like still the same person. But yeah, I would like to build that story up if we can.